Hello guys and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about trauma bond. I'm gonna give an insight from my point of view, explaining as much as I can the trauma bond and healing from trauma bond. So let's say that trauma bond is a tree and has many roots. This is why it's difficult for people to break from trauma bond, because has deep roots inside us. So imagine that this tree is sitting in your garden of your house and is taking, let's say, a lot of space, so you cannot enjoy your garden, and you have to take it out. This is how I can describe it, a trauma bond in a reality, let's say in a virtual reality. It's a tree that it's on your way and is blocking you. So to take this tree out, you need to look of the roots that trauma bond has inside you, and you need to work on them one by one. So after it's gonna be so easy to release the old tree. So one of the roots of trauma bond, I will say, that is tolerance. You have to work on this root. The tolerance was connected to trauma bond. One other root, we will call it codependency. It is so difficult for many people to heal from trauma bond, because all those roots are deep inside us, and the only thing that will make it more easy, let's say, is to identify all those roots, and the rest is gonna be so easy. Another root, I will call it authenticity. Is another root that is connected to trauma bond. So in order to break this root, you need to be authentic to yourself. When you are authentic to yourself, you are breaking a part of trauma bond. Another root of the trauma bond is saying no. when you start saying no to things or people who are not helping you, who you feel that is not helping you evolve or make you a better person, saying no is really important, because this world has a lot of boundaries. It's such a little word, but with so much meaning, and I can say that it can save your life from a lot of struggle. To be able to say no is really important. To be able to say no, you have burned a root which is connected to trauma bond. So the trauma bond is getting weaker and weaker. The tree is getting weaker and weaker. You are working on those roots one by one, saying no, authenticity, codependency, tolerance. So you start to burn those roots. You start to cut them. You start to work on them. And this tree is getting weaker and weaker every time you work on those roots. Another root that is connected to the trauma bond is boundaries. When you start set healthy boundaries for yourself, you are working on another root that is connected to the trauma bond. So you burning this root, you burning all the roots one by one, and the tree is getting weaker and weaker. Another root that is connected to trauma bond is self-love and self-validation. When you start to learn how to love yourself and to validate yourself, it's the beginning of a healing journey that was keeping you stuck for so long. So when you work on self-love, you are burning another root that is connected to trauma bond, because till now you have learned just to give, to respect others, to love others, accept yourself. So when you turn this around and turn your attention to you, you start breaking another root from the tree of trauma bond. So already the tree is becoming weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. Look all this root that you are working, and you have broken or burned, let's say. Another root that is connected to the tree is the mindset. You need to rewire your mind and start making new thoughts for yourself which are healthy. So a mindset is something that needs a lot of work. It's not happening from one day to another, but it can be done. It can be done with confidence, and you can have a new mindset. You have rewired your mind in a healthy way for you, that is working